Good morning. This is Mark with another video. You've seen my bicycle videos, so I've taken the next step up from an electric bike. As you may notice, I'm wearing a USAF sweatshirt, but I have not been in Air Force. However, what fighter jock would not want to drive this flashy Ford Focus? No. How about a Xebra electric vehicle? Yes, the Xebra three-wheeled vehicle is actually classified as a motorcycle because of the three wheels, but it's really a car. Sort of a loophole, I guess, in the law. So why don't we take a quick ride? But first, let's unplug the cord. This is how it gets its energy. It plugs in overnight. It actually takes only a few hours to charge. However, not only can it charge from the cord I just unplugged, it has a built-on solar panel. So the solar panel will help to trickle charge the batteries. Actually, it's rated at about 200 watts, and they say it's enough to give it about 5 miles of driving range in one day. So it's a little bit of a help. I made these little signs for the back of it because I spoke to a lot of people about this vehicle, and I showed it to them. They all think it's a hybrid. It just has to have a gas engine in it somewhere, but it doesn't. It's all electric. So, of course, all electric means it doesn't have a gas engine, so it uses no foreign oil, and no one ever talks about this, but everyone says no foreign oil, but why not get rid of domestic oil too? So this does that. And it doesn't nickel and dime you at the dealer for all the service you have to do. No smog check, no oil changes, no spark plugs, no radiator, no belts, no transmission, no tune-up, no oil filter, no air filter, no coolant, no hoses, no clutch, blah, 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 several others. Why don't we take a quick look at what makes it go? This is actually a little baby dump truck. And it raises up. So here you can see the battery pack. This vehicle has 6 deep cycle lead acid batteries. This is the built-in controller. No, this is the battery charger. That's the controller over there, and some interlocking switching solenoids to switch it in reverse and that sort of thing. This is the drive motor. It's rated at about 5 horsepower. This is a little cooling fan that pumps air through the motor when it starts getting warm so it doesn't overheat. This is a little backup alarm, just like those forklifts you see at Home Depot. And the reason being is the vehicle's silent, so if I'm backing up and I happen not to see someone, they can hear the alarm and hopefully avoid getting run over. There's a nice view of the solar panel. So let's hop in and speed around the neighborhood. Here we are inside. Put the key in, activate it. It's now more or less idling. Put the seatbelt on here. There we go. So we have a switch, forward, neutral, and reverse. Switch it to reverse. engage the interlock relay, and away we go. F for forward, and off we go. Now, I mentioned earlier it has a 5 horsepower engine, and you would think, based upon your experience with the internal combustion engine, that most cars have over 100 horsepower. 5 horsepower would seem way, way, way too slow. And, well, it's true, this vehicle is not going to win many races. 5 horsepower in an electric engine cannot be compared to 5 horsepower in a gas engine. It's comparing apples to oranges, and the difference is torque. So 5 horsepower with electric, based upon my experience with gas cars, I'd say it's equivalent probably in the in-town acceleration of probably maybe 60 horsepower or so. It has a lot of torque from 0 RPM and up. So it's fully functional for city driving. Now, this particular electric vehicle is one of the cheapest ones you can get. It's not rated to go on the freeway. It's only rated for city use. Now, that's not to be confused with the so-called NEVs, neighborhood electric vehicles. Those are limited by law to 25 miles an hour. This one goes 40. It can go 40 because it's classified as a motorcycle. So here we are, easily keeping up with normal, sane traffic in the city, and not using a drop of petroleum to do so. So here we're at a stop, and total silence. When I first started driving this vehicle, I use it for commuting. I have a 9-mile commute to work. It's perfect for the city streets to get there. And when I get there, they gave me a private spot with a charging outlet. Now, a more capable electric vehicle will be able to go on the freeway and have an extended range, but you won't be able to buy one of those for what I paid for this. These go for about 11 or 12K. So the first vehicle you saw in the video, the little Ford Focus, I haven't run that. Well, I run it about once a month. If I have to go someplace far, or if I have to take the freeway, then I'll hop in that car and go. But generally, I don't use it anymore. I guess there's another mode of transportation over there in the sidewalk. But I'd rather be in the EV. This is built by a corporation called ZAP. ZAP stands for Zero Air Pollution. And it's not quite true, zero air pollution, unless you charge it from the solar exclusively, because you charge the vehicle from a power plant and it generates pollution, especially if it's coal. That's a widely used argument for for EVs, or rather an argument against EVs. However, if one looks at the whole story, it's true. If this vehicle's charged up from the dirtiest coal-fired power plant, the pollution used per mile driven is less than if this same car were driven by gasoline. So yes, it's true. If you charge an EV from a coal-fired power plant, it does generate pollution, but it's much less than if that same vehicle were driven on gasoline. So here we are, back home again. Engage the parking brake, turn off the relays, and we are done.